Coming up, it looks like we're going to be getting lots more Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies, plus Disney's Enchanted, and much more. But before we get into any of that, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On DisneyPlus.com. It's Tuesday, it's time to jump into some of today's big Disney Plus news, and we've got quite a few things I want to talk about. Let's talk first about Diary of a Wimpy Kid. There's going to be a brand new animated movie arriving on Disney Plus on the 3rd of December. Now this new movie is going to be based on the original book. Now there's actually 16 books in the series. The 16th book is set to come out this month. During a recent appearance at a book tour in Martinsville to promote the release of the 16th Diary of a Wimpy Kid book, the author Jeff Keeney was interviewed by some local boys and was asked what he thought about the movie The Long Haul. He went on to say, a lot of people give A Long Haul a hard time, and I think it was hard for people because we had a cast that was so consistent for the 3 movies. Then we started with a new cast, and I think that was a little upsetting for people. I thought it was fun. I think a road trip movie is always fun. We're starting things up again with Disney Plus. It's pretty cool to see Greg in that animated 3D kind of world. So that's what we're going to be doing for a while. I don't think we're going to be going back to live action soon. Now, the Diary of the Wimpy Kid series has sold over 200 million copies around the world. It is a massive franchise. It's a very well known. And I actually think it looks like it fits the world of animation pretty well. You know, the whole kind of book has lots of animations and stuff in it. And if they did one movie a year, that would give them nearly 16 years of Disney Plus original movies. And I just think this makes a lot of sense. I think it's primarily going to depend on what happens with this first movie, you know, how people react to it and also how many people watch it. But yeah, I definitely feel that this is a good way of moving forward with it, continuing on the franchise. I think as well we're doing these kind of movies with kids. It's much more harder because you can't really do 16 movies about kids without them growing up. You know, you look at like the Harry Potter movies. So like with The Long Haul, you know, you got to that point where the kids couldn't really do it anymore. So obviously with the animated version, the 16th one, they're all going to look the same as they did in the first one. Not necessarily means they're going to be making 16 movies, because it depends, as I said, on how people watch it. But I definitely feel like, you know, we're moving into a new era with Diary of a Wimpy Kid. And yeah, I think this all looks pretty cool, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments below. Disney's Freeform has ordered a new pilot for a brand new 1-hour comedy series called What I Was Doing While You Were Breathing, which is based on Christine Newman's memoir, who also wrote Only Murderers in the Building. Chelsea Freer is going to be playing the lead role in the series, and it's also going to be starring Catherine Colleen, Alice Hunter, and Kosha Patel. The series follows Casey, who is single for the first time in her 30s, as she escapes her fast-paced life in Los Angeles to see the world. From culture clash to vacation romances, the comedy is a globe-trotting journey of self-discovery that will inspire the wanderlust inside everyone. Becca Gleason is going to be directing the pilot, and also Christine Newman is also going to be writing the script and also being an executive producer on this series. Obviously, with this being a pilot, it doesn't necessarily mean it's coming directly to a series. If it does get made into a series, we can expect to see it on Freeform and Hulu in the United States, and then we'll see it on Disney Plus around the world as an original. Now this one's going to be a little bit interesting for them to do. Obviously, if it's about traveling, it's kind of a series that they probably wouldn't have been able to done over the last 2 years, but as things start opening up and they can get around a bit, it's going to be a lot more fun. I'll be honest, this sounds perfect. As someone that was like well into my 20s when I started doing lots of traveling, this actually sounds pretty cool, lots of fun. Yeah, there's so many adventures and stuff that they can get up to. I think this sounds pretty cool, but let me know what you think in the comments below. As we all know, Disney loves saving money, and it looks like the Californian government has kind of come to their aid because they are giving Disney some money to move some productions of shows over to the Golden State. So what they're going to be doing is they're going to be moving the Mysterious Benedict Society. The 2nd season is now going to be filmed in California, as will be the new ABC series Promised Land. The reason for this is because the expansion of the tax credit program brings more jobs, more spending and opportunities to California. With the production now in California, it's on the rebound from the pandemic, and they just want to get more shows and stuff being moved into the area. So based on the information provided with each project's tax credit application, these 2 series will employ over 411 crew, 480 cast members, and nearly 4,000 background actors stand-in. Now, that's not just with them, that also means they generate post-production jobs and revenue in terms of FX artists, sound editors, sound mixers, musicians and other workers, and they estimate that it's probably about $15 million worth. Obviously with Mysterious Benedict Society, that's recently been renewed for that second season. This generally just means then, you know, if they keep the work going on in California, because a lot of work's moving out of California, going out to Vancouver, going over to Atlanta and other places which offer a much better tax incentive to go. So California's kind of trying to fight back so they don't lose lots of movies. It's also, I mean, we've seen this in the past with The Right Stuff earlier this year. They got some money to move, but that series never went ahead, so that means that they didn't get that money. But yeah, it's definitely interesting as well just to see it. But we are going to see a very different kind of Mysterious Benedict Society Season 2 when they move away from filming in Vancouver. If they set it in a different location, that might be the easiest way for them to do it. But I'd love to know what you think of all of this in the comments below. And finally, we've got an update on everything that's going to be coming to Disney Plus in Canada in November. And there was a few things in there which caught my attention. Now, first, Enchanted, one of probably the most eagerly requested movies since Disney Plus launched, is going to be coming to Disney Plus in Canada on Disney Plus Day on November the 12th. This movie was originally announced to be coming to Disney Plus way back before it even launched, but it never arrived. No idea why. And they are filming the second movie right now, Disenchanted. Now, the thing is, if it is arriving on Canada, I suspect that this probably is going to be coming to other regions as well. Obviously, nothing has been confirmed as of yet, as of the time of this recording. But I would be very, very surprised if this wasn't available in other countries. But obviously can't necessarily guarantee that, because obviously the sort of releases are always a little bit different around the world. But sometimes international announcements can kind of predate the big announcements. We've seen it quite a few times with Disney kind of announcing something in one country and then suddenly then going, oh yeah, they've announced a little bit early. This happens quite a little bit. Also, some other interesting news. The Simpsons season 33 is going to be coming to Disney Plus, but they're going to be getting new episodes every Wednesday from November, and that's because the existing contract with the current provider has kind of come to an end. So now they're getting new episodes. You know, they're also getting American Dad, The Great North. They're getting loads of shows, and this is kind of something we're seeing all over the place now with a lot of these shows. As contracts come to the end, they're all being shifted over to Disney Plus. But I think for Canada to be getting brand new episodes of The Simpsons every week, that is a major, major title. You know, it's one of the most popular shows on Disney Plus. And unfortunately, internationally and even in the US, you know, things can't all move around that quickly because of existing contracts that were kind of left over from when Fox owned it, especially like in the US with Fox and then here in the UK with Sky. But eventually things will get sorted out. Another really interesting show that I'm really looking forward to that's going to be coming to Disney Plus in Canada on November the 22nd, which is actually a Monday, which is a Solar Opposites holiday special. My gut is saying that this is going to be available on Hulu and Disney Plus around the world on the same day, but again, nothing has been officially confirmed. This information has come from Disney, but from through Canada. This was a special that they actually revealed earlier this year. At the end of like the credits, they said it'll be returning. So we've known it's been coming. It's going to be a complete standalone of its own little thing. But I love the Solar Opposites. I think they're so cool. But so seeing them coming back and kind of having a date for that, expect more information on that to be coming in the coming weeks ahead. And there's also another little interesting note in the Canada's November list. They listed Hit Monkey to be coming weekly rather than all at once, which is what I was expecting to happen with this series, because that's what's happening in Hulu. I have reached out for confirmation, but nothing yet has been officially come back to me. And yeah, so at the minute, yeah, it looks like Hit Monkey might end up coming weekly like they did with MODOK rather than following the Hulu model. Not so keen on that, but I didn't know if that might be a good thing. I mean, rather than getting them all at once, we get to spread them out. But yeah, so that might be something just to keep an eye on if we are using Disney Plus to watch Hit Monkey rather than Hulu. If you are a Disney Plus subscriber, you will find the full list in the links below. We can go over to what's on Disney Plus and find the full links for everything that's going to be coming to Disney Plus in Canada in November. Lots of great stuff there coming. I think November looks pretty cool with all those Disney Plus originals like Hawkeye, Home Sweet Home Alone, and then obviously with all those kind of star original series like Hit Monkey, Dope Sick, loads of great stuff coming. But let me know what you are looking forward to watching on Disney Plus in November. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Remember to go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe. And I shall see you guys in another video. Laters. I'd like to thank all of our Patreon and YouTube channel members for their support. You can become a member from as little as $2 a month and you get access to our weekly Q&A and much more.